So again, just to begin, Monday, lots of energy here, but let's just take a moment to warm the palms, whether it is with a mug or maybe even rubbing nice oil in your palms and building some heat. And we'll take the fingertips to the back of the trapezius, sit up nice and tall, and just let the shoulders drop, maybe close down the eyes, and use the finger sensory here to feel into the back of the neck, the top of the shoulders, drag them down to the collarbone, give yourself a little tap there, and then return. So here, just checking in, and with the warmth of the palms, you begin to soften maybe some of that tension that you didn't even know was there. And there's a difference between tightness and tension, right? Tightness is maybe you've been gardening and using muscles that, I don't know, you haven't used for a while, but tension is a trap in the muscle, because when we're tense or stressed, we seem to squeeze in. And as we squeeze in, those muscles contract and they stay contract. And maybe we don't even know. So again, just take a couple sweeps and just notice what you notice here. And again, why do we tap? Because the thymus gland is here, right by the collarbone. And that just activates that gland, which helps our immune system. So feel into where you are. And then we're going to take ourselves down to the mat. So I have a rolled up towel that I'm going to elevate my shoulder blades on, just to get a lift into the thoracic spine, the upper spine. And as you come down, again, this is upper body today, so excuse me, move your cup if you've got it. Let's take constructive rest pose with the legs. So allow the feet to come wide on the mat, toes pointing towards the top. Let the knees draw in on each other and rest. Hand to the belly, hand to the heart. And again, with the rolled up towel or whatever you're using to raise up the upper body, support the back of the head with another pillow or a block so that you feel no strain in the neck. Close down the eyes. We took those fingertips to the top of the shoulders. Now let the fingertips rest on the body. And begin to feel the breath. So you close down the eyes and you take a deep breath in through the nose. Let the breath fill your palms. And then as you slowly let that breath go, again, feel the breath under your hands, under your fingertips. Body softens. Shoulder tips fall towards the mat. So a couple rounds of breath. We use this time to center, to scan not only our physical body, but what we're bringing to the mat in our emotional or mental body. And then as we center with the breath, we just lay it down, even if it's just for 20 minutes. We set it aside and we feel into ourselves. And if nothing else, that is our yoga practice. Full deep breath in, fill the palms with your breath. And as you exhale, let the palms drop as the body drops. Once more, just like that, take the breath in. Let it fill you. And then whatever you need to release, release the breath and let everything go. And then let's heel toe the feet into the center of the mat. So the knees come together. Roll off to one side and just take that towel or whatever you're using off to the side. Take a full body stretch, just like if you were waking up first thing in the morning, fingers away from toes, maybe that little banana stretch, arms going one direction and the other, and just feel into the whole body here. And then you can leave the legs extended, or you can bring them back to constructive rest. Take the arms wide to a T. So first, let's just take palms down and then slide the palms as far away from you as you can, but at the same time, can you squeeze in your shoulder blades? So all of a sudden, there's an activation in the front of the shoulder tips, the pecs, the biceps, all the way down to the fingers. And as you stretch those palms away, from here, we're going to flip over our arms, but I don't want you to flip from the wrist or the palms. We're going to go right from that shoulder joint. So extend those fingers out long and then rotate to the back of your hand, but rotate from the shoulder joint. So maybe the back of the hand lands, the tip of the thumb, maybe the tip of the index finger. Again, send the fingers long away from each other. And then rotate again from the shoulders to come back flat on the palms. So just beginning to feel into the shoulder joints back and forth, nice and slow. The wrist stays in line with the forearm. The fingers stretched long, and we're rotating right from that shoulder cuff. And just notice what you notice there. And if the thumb tip and the fingertip don't touch down, it's not a problem. That's just the direction. If we lead with that thumb, good. Take one more. And then come back flat on the palms. Release the shoulders and release the chest. Now we're going to bend at the elbows 90 degrees. We're going to bring those fingers up towards the ceiling. The palms are facing away from us. So as you arrive here, maybe tuck in that belly now and just kind of tilt that pelvis just a bit so you can feel the low back resting on the mat. Fingers are straight up. Take a full deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to send those palms away from us down towards the floor. May not go all the way, doesn't matter. Fingers are wide. Inhale, you're going to bring those fingertips back up towards the ceiling. And we're going to take it the opposite way. So again, a different way to work into that rotator cuff. And if you have a shoulder injury, don't push this. Just feel your range of motion. Palms come down. Fingertips lift on the inhale, draw the belly in, and then bring the back of the hand down and then raise back up. So we could do this seated, we could do this standing, but the reason we do it on our back initially is number one, for alignment, but number two, can you feel the shoulder blades also working as you move one direction and the other? Take two more. And then relax the shoulders one more time. Just let them just soften down. Who knew that would be hard work? Then take one hand to the opposite shoulder and the other hand to the other shoulder tip so that the elbows stack together right above the chest. Draw the belly in again on the inhale, and let's just raise those elbows up towards the ceiling. And once they're pointing towards the ceiling, can you extend the elbows up? So you almost feel like you're pulling the arms out of the shoulder joint just a bit to open up the back, and drop them back down and lower the elbows. So just a couple, just feeling into the shoulders here now. Elbows come up, point towards the ceiling. Take the inhale, lift those elbows like you could touch the ceiling, then drop them back down and lower the elbows to the chest. Let's take 5. Each one feeling into the feels, and notice what you notice. Use your breath. One more time. Then relax the arms beside you. Palms up. Take the arms off on a diagonal. Again, tuck in and curl in, scoop in the belly. Pull the t-shirt off so the arms extend away from the body, palms up. On your inhale, lift the arms up, cross them across your body, so elbows cross. Bring the hands back to opposite shoulders. Lift those shoulders, lift the elbows up, draw them over your head, and make that big circle with the arms. So you come back, arms on a diagonal, palms up. Lift the arms, cross them at the midline of your body. Bend the elbows, hands come to opposite shoulder tips. Again, the elbows go up towards the ceiling, over your head, and around. So now this big circular motion into the shoulders. Couple more. So it's almost like pulling your t-shirt off, right? You reach those hands back to grab the back of the shirt and pull it over your head. And then return, just pause, and we're going to reverse it. So this time the arms are going to circle above our head. We'll bend at the elbows, draw the elbows to the belly, and then open back up. So work slow, work with your breath, and just feel into the range of motion now to the shoulders. And we'll take 2 more. And then release the arms again, away from the body, palms up. Let the shoulder tips relax for a moment. And then we'll heel toe the feet back in if they're not already there. Roll to one side, press your way up into a seat. And as you arrive into your seat, maybe you reach for that towel or a blanket, and we put it right underneath the seat. So again, it gives us this nice pelvic tilt and lets our knees settle down. We sit up nice and tall, like there's a wall behind us. And when you draw the belly in and you take that full deep breath in, get long in the spine. And just like you were going to rest on the wall, take the shoulder tips back to rest on the wall, the back of the head to rest on the wall. So again, the body is elongated here. Let the hands rest at the thighs. Let the shoulders just relax down. And as you draw the breath in, the belly's in nice and tight. Just drop the chin in towards the throat. So we're not rounding the head forward. The back is straight. The shoulder tips are back. We're just like if you could draw a line with the tip of your nose straight down. So you're almost doing that double chin, triple chin, whatever. Nobody's looking. Close down the eyes. Let the weight of the head and gravity bring some length into the back of the neck, the cervical spine, those 7 vertebrae that hold so much. Hold your head up. It brings the blood flow from the brain to the heart, to the body, the vagus nerve. There's a lot going on in that little cervical spine. So open it up. And as you breathe, shoulder tips back, and you feel the length in the back of the neck. We're just going to rotate nice and slow, chin towards the right shoulder. Easy. Maybe you hear a little bit of creak in there. That's all good stuff. And then slowly drop it back to the chest. And then take it left. And again, my favorite line is just notice what you notice. Go back to the right and back to the left. And then come back and let the weight hang at center. And just feel into the back of the neck. And then slowly with the inhale, bring the head back to neutral. Take the shoulders up to the ears. Let them squeeze along the back and down. So just a couple shoulder rolls here. And then reverse, take it the opposite way. Big, dramatic, like circles. And then come back to your center. Interlace your hands at the lap. Again, when we interlace, we bring space into the hand knuckles, but at the same time, we pull the hands apart. So interlacing isn't just like, here we are. It is an active hand wrist stretch, okay? So thumbs are out. Again, re-soften the shoulders, draw the belly in, draw those palms to the chest. Squeeze those fingertips apart, and then your exhale, press the palms away, tuck the chin in, and round. So you're almost coming onto that tailbone, big curve through the spine. And then inhale, send the arms up towards the ceiling, find the extension. Beautiful. And then release, slow, slow, slow. Bring the hands around to the back, interlace, or if you can't interlace, grab onto the forearms here. Find the lift in the heart and the opening through the shoulders. And then release and come back. Interlace the opposite now. So the other thumb on top, awkward kind of one. Again, utilize the stretch in the wrist and the fingers and the finger joints. Soften the shoulders, the hands rest, and then draw the arms up towards the chest, elbows wide. Exhale, press away. Inhale, find the length in your body. And then slowly release and come back, interlace behind. As you interlace behind, send the fists or the forearms away from the body, down and away, so the chest lifts, the throat opens, the gaze might lift. And then soften that, bring the fists back over to the left side waist, hug in that left elbow, right? So we're going to create some space here. You're bringing the right arm around the back, hug in. As you sit up nice and straight, just drop left ear, left shoulder. So we've got this nice hug to bring the right shoulder tip down. As we move the ear to the left, you get all this space here on the right side of the neck, all the way across the shoulder into the shoulder joint. So take a couple breaths. As you're here, maybe you experiment and explore. The chin lifts, the stretch changes. The chin drops down towards that left shoulder. The stretch changes. So as you move the chin up and chin down, just notice. And we allow ourselves to pause, right? Like if all of a sudden, oh, what was that? You pause and you breathe and you soften. A couple more sweeps. And we'll all meet with the chin down towards the shoulder. One more full breath. And then we'll release the fist from the side body, send that fist or forearms away from you. Open up one more time through the chest. And then release and bring the hands back on the lap. So interlacing again, switch the fingers. Draw the fingers apart, spread through the hands. Inhale, we bring it up. Exhale, we push it away, round onto that tailbone. This is a beautiful stretch for the back and the back of the shoulders. Inhale finds extension through the whole side body, so your hip bones all the way to your wrists. And then slowly release. Hands come behind the back. Interlace, squeeze, open the chest. And this time we'll bring the fist over to the right. So as we bring it to the right, again, that left forearm just sits on the back body. So fist comes in, draw that right elbow back. So we begin to bring all of the space now. Left shoulder tips down. We're holding it in place. Take a full breath. And then just drop right ear towards right shoulder. There's nothing to force here. We take it to that range of motion, and then we breathe. And then we wait for the invitation for the body to soften and for space to come in. So here from the left ear, down the scalenes, across the top of the trapezius to the shoulder. Can you just breathe and find some space? And then we'll do that same motion. So as you inhale again, recheck your spine and your belly. Inhale fully. Let's lift the chin towards the ceiling. Feel the difference in the stretch. And then drop the chin down towards the shoulder, nice and slow as you feel into the back of the neck muscles. And then nice and slow, we'll bring it back up. And lower slow. So a couple sweeps here on your own. Again, permission to just pause. Anywhere along the line that you need to soften and release. Keep the breath flowing nice and fluid. And then we'll all meet as you're ready. Chin towards the shoulder. Pause there. And then we'll release the fist from the side body. Send it down and away from you. Draw the chin down to the chest. Again, as the fist goes away, the chin tucks in. Take one more breath. And then release everything, and we'll bring the head back to neutral. Again, a couple shoulder rolls. Yeah. Fingertips on top of the shoulders, the thumb behind. Why? Because we can feel now the muscles that we're going to be working in here. So elbows go out wide, wide. Okay. So big circles here with the elbows. Any direction, it's a two-directional move, so you can't go wrong here. Big circles. Begin to reverse that. Take it the opposite way. Again, feel all your fingertips pressing into the top of your shoulders and the back of your shoulder joint. Feel what you're working. And then come back to neutral. Sitting up nice and tall, scoop the belly in. Elbows are going to come together, right around your nose. And then open back as wide as you can. Draw it in. Elbows. Now we're not scooping down, right about nose level, so they're even with the shoulders, and then open back up. Take 4 more. And as you open back up, can you almost like reach the back of your hands to the back of your neck? That's how far you're going. And then draw it in and back. Yeah, everything with breath. Nice job. Last one, open up wide. Take those hands, interlace them right behind the curvature of your skull. So they're not on your neck. Your thumbs can come down and support the side of your neck, right? But your interlace is right at the curvature. Finding a nice full deep breath, sit up nice and tall. Then we're going to just drop now the head back into the hammock of the palms. So I am not a big advocate of twirling your head in a full circle because we tend to creak the back of the neck, the spine that carries the blood flow and the nerves to the rest of the body. So a gentle head back, opening the throat, protected by the hands. Take a couple full breaths. Relax through the shoulders. And then again, that same movement with elbows coming forward, but this time we're going to just drop the chin in. And we're going to bring a little bit of weight with those elbows, hanging the head down. So we're not pulling or pushing. We're just letting the weight add some traction. And then we're going to open back up and we're just going to drop the head back. It's protected. Hold it in the palms. Breathe into the throat. And then bring it forward again. Tuck the chin in. Elbows come in. Round through the shoulders. And then reopen. Let it go. And last time. Tuck in the weight of the hands, the weight of the arms. Let it bring some length here, some space. And then reopen and come back. And we'll meet in neutral. So again, take a couple shoulder rolls. Arms extend. This is the best shoulder opening we have in our toolbox, in my opinion, is eagle arms. So spreading those arms wide, take the right arm under the left, bend the elbows, and find a bind. Bind can be just pressing forearms or elbows together, hands again to the shoulder tips, or maybe you work the wrists a little bit closer. So bring the elbows up shoulder height, pause there, take a breath in, draw the belly in, and just begin to feel into the expansion between the shoulder blades. So as you draw a full deep breath in, it expands even more. Maybe you feel an opening in the back of the shoulder tips. Release the breath slowly. Little bit of rotation here. So we're going to keep the elbows shoulder height, take a full breath. And on the exhale, let's just take it over to the right, any amount. Just rotate through and then come back to the left and take it again to the left. Keep the elbows up. Notice the space here that you're creating. Take it right one more time. Bring it back and take it left. And then as you come back to center, again, big breath, draw in the core, lift the fingertips or the elbows up towards the ceiling. So a little bit of an arch through the spine, maybe the gaze goes up. And then we're going to take that cat-cow movement. So we're going to begin to round the spine, elbows coming in towards the belly, hands coming down towards the mat, head drops, and we form this nice little ball here. And as you're down from the hip points all the way through the spine, across the shoulders, let the crown of the head fall. Take a nice full deep breath right into your body this morning. Let it go. One more inhale. And an exhale. And then slowly with the inhale, we'll begin to lift the fingertips and the elbows. Take it up one more time, maybe a little arch in the spine. And then come back to neutral and open up the arms. Again, take a little bit of a shoulder. We'll take it other side. Arms extend, fingers extend. Left arm is under the right this time. Bend at the elbows. Find whatever your eagle is here. Draw the elbows up, shoulder height. If you're taking the double bind, make sure the hand's not resting close to the forehead. Send it away from the head. Take in a full breath. And as you're sitting here, pick up the shin that's on the inside and just take it to the outside. Draw the belly in, spine engages here. And then we'll do that rotation. So this time, elbows up, take it over to the left. Inhale, we bring it back to center. Exhale to the right. Notice your range of motion on each side. Come back to center. We'll go left. Bring it back and take it right. And then come back to center. Keep the elbows lifted. Engage the core. Take a full breath. Scoop the belly in. And then we'll begin that cat-cow movement here. So inhaling, elbows come up, fingers go towards the ceiling, little arch in the spine, maybe the gaze goes up. And then draw everything in. So tuck the chin, elbows come to the belly, hands come down to the mat. Let the head relax. And then breathe into the opening in the back of the shoulders here. Full deep breath. As you inhale and you find space there. As you exhale and you release any tension there. Take one more breath. And then as we inhale, we're going to lift back up. Elbows are going to come up, hands away from the face. Fingertips draw back up towards the ceiling as we arch through the spine. And then release. And we come back to center and we open up the arms and shake it out. All right. This is Barb's favorite here. The next one. Recross your legs again. So just to keep a little bit of circulation going on here. On your inhale, arms go out. On your exhale, bend and come into cactus. cactus arms, goalpost arms. So here, the wrists and the fingers in one line. Send from the elbow to the fingertips back a little bit. So you're broadening across the front of the chest. But we're not just falling back. Elbows are staying in line with the shoulders. Just send the back of the hands like you could rest them on the back of that wall. And then as you draw the breath in and the belly in, we're going to bring everything into center. So elbows, wrists, and palms meet. Elbows come up shoulder height. Draw the belly in. This is a little bit of a strength work here. So when you're ready, lift the elbows, press the palms and the wrists and the elbows together. Press them up, lift as high as you can. Don't hold your breath here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Yeah, you're going to tremble. It's okay. And then lower. 2 more. Inhale. Press the palms, the wrists, the elbows together. Lift as high as you can. Hold for a full round of breath. And then lower back. And last one, lift and press. Belly's in, breath is flowing. Press, press, press. And then release. Let the hands come back. Take a couple big shoulder rolls here, front and back. And the last thing we'll do is for our hands and our wrists. So placing your palms flat on the mat in front of you and spread the fingers wide. Again, don't lose your form here. Belly's in, back is spine. Back is long. Take a moment. Flip over the right hand. So what you're doing is just flipping onto the back of the hand, if you can see. So there is a nice stretch in the front of the wrist. So you can send it further away or you can bring it in. If it's too much, you bring it in towards your body. It's less of a stretch right into the wrist. Otherwise, find a place, the arm is long, the stretch is right into the wrist where the back of the hand meets the mat. Take a moment and make a fist. Slow, it's gonna hurt, yeah. And then open. Open those fingers wide. Maybe the thumb pad touches, maybe it doesn't. Draw it in and take it out. One last time, draw it in and take it out. This time, bring the thumb into the center of the palm and see if you can wrap your 4 fingers around it. And then relax the whole body. We don't want to bring any more tension into the shoulders or the neck. We just softened everything. Just hold this and notice where you feel it. Do you feel it in the finger joints or the wrists? And then slowly open up. Flip the hand back over and just take a moment. Shake it out. Who knew that could be that much work, right? Round and round. Just flick it. Both hands back down to the mat. We'll take it to the left now. Each side is different. You've got a dominant and you've got a weaker side. So pay attention, flip it over. Fingertips pointing back towards you. The palm is raised to the ceiling. Again, you adjust the intensity. Closer to the shin is not as an intense stretch into the wrist, or further away with a straight arm, it is. So find your space. Take in the deep breath and just make a fist. And we'll take about 5 of these, nice and slow. Just feel into the back of the wrists, the joints of the fingers. Noticing whether this side is weaker or stronger than the other. Doesn't matter, we just notice. And then we'll bring that thumb into the palm and we will wrap 4 fingers around. We'll re-engage our belly. We'll deepen the breath and soften the shoulders, and we will relax right into the stretch here. So take a full deep breath in and a nice slow breath out. And then slowly open up the hands, spread the fingers, and then flip the hand back over just for a moment, pause, and then shake it out. And coming back to sit nice and tall, extend the right arm out in front of you, flip the palm, take your left hand to the fingertips of the right. So you're pressing your palm away at the same time, lightly, the left fingers are pressing the right fingertips back. So again, now this is opening up the front of your wrist and your forearm. Keep the right arm straight. Maybe see what that thumb's doing. Can you send it out to the side as you press the fingertips back? Full deep breath here. And slow breath out. Slowly release. Shake out the hands. Let's take it left. So left arm extends right out from the shoulder. Open up, palm is facing up. We're going to take the right fingertips to the left fingertips and draw them down. So as you draw them down, keep that arm extended. Begin to feel an opening through the whole front of the palm, but here the focus is on the inner wrist. Soften again the shoulders, draw in the belly. See what that thumb's doing. See if you can extend that thumb. And just simply breathe. Full breath in. And slow breath out. Gently we release. Shake it out. Let's close our practice this morning with a big hug for just ourselves, right? So again, bring the hands not to the top of the shoulders. See if you can bring the hands back, like you're going to give somebody a big hug to the back. So your palms are along the side body and the shoulder blades. And then as you press the palms in, tuck your chin in, give yourself a big hug, draw the belly in. Take a full breath. Greet this day, greet this week. Greet yourself. Namaste. If you're still in your hug, just pick up that other arm, bring it on top, and just take it the opposite way. Draw it in.